I'm the scat man. Yo, do, do, do. Skimmy, dimmy, ding, yo, do, do, do. Yo, do, do, ba, da, ba, da, ba, dee, ba, 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 do. Ba, 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 do. Wee, ba, 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 do.
Happy Friday, you juice pumping Thanksgiving Day gems.
Happy Black Friday to
There you
those who
go.
are watching us from the great country of the United States of America.
Let's go. Puck props presented by Bet99, Josh Inglis, Carlo Colaiacovo. It's a giant day on the NHL slate. We got games starting at 12 o'clock. We got a 1 o'clock game. We got about 72,000 games starting at 4 o'clock. And I've been up since 7 o'clock going across the board, and I just got all the plays in. I am giving you today my best point prop for every game. A point prop that you will be happy to play straight. None of this minus 160 business.
Right.
Trying to find the best angles, lots of movement. There's some smashes. There's some guys that I'm just like, okay, that's an okay price. But there's a lot of point props today.
So we're giving out 15 point props because there's
16
games.
because we're betting against a team who is on a 10-game winning streak.
Who's on a 10-game winning streak in the NHL right now? Colorado?
Come on.
Is it Colorado? Wow, it is Colorado. Jeez.
What a great time to bet against them today off a holiday. Jesper Wallstedt probably in net.
Yeah.
Plus 155.
Yeah,
just
it's actually not a bad
poking around. This schedule was very overwhelming today. Super overwhelming. I apologize. We want the notebook back. Hey, people have been asking me, like, where is the notebook? Where are the stacks? You can't keep betting stuff if the price isn't there. Josh Allen, touchdown. I got it at 130. Great. If that goes to minus 120, use your heads and don't bet it. There is a price point in which you bet everything. And when things move substantially, the smartest bet is not making those bets. There's your words of wisdom today. Use it. Hey, all right, Carlo, I need you. There'll be a couple things I got to touch on here, but I got to get through the slate, and I don't want to go for 30 minutes, and neither do you.
No.
If you got something to interject, okay? Student Carlo, just raise your hand, and I'll point at you. Yeah, let's go. Chris Berman, we go quick. Tampa Bay, Detroit, that's the earlier. We go Nick Paul for a point, plus 115. Tampa Bay, 5-game winning streak. Should keep everything the same. But Braden Point, missing Wednesday, has missed 2 straight games. Before that, we did see Cirelli, Hagel, Gensel top line, but we did see Paul on the third line. But Paul's still power play 1 with Point out and played 1946 in that 5-1 win over Calgary. He's plus 625 for a power play point. Last game that that Point was in, he was power play 2. So the power play 1 role is still there. Keep an eye on it. Detroit. Now, I wanted to bring this up. I got producer Mick to bring this up. Don Decision's projected points and standings for the NHL going into things. Detroit's way down at the bottom. That did work there. Yeah, Detroit is sandwiched between Boston and Philadelphia. They're really going to have to. I know you've been vouching for them. Detroit is like plus 800 to finish third, plus 1,100 to finish second.
Like in the conference?
Do you think Dom's off on Detroit that's playing well, but maybe not playing as well as they did out of the gates?
So Detroit right now, they are sitting
second behind Tampa?
No, they are
slipped
tied for the last wild card spot. 1 point behind Ottawa, 1 point behind Boston, who are second in the Atlantic, and 3 points behind Tampa. Yeah, I don't agree with Dom on this one. I'm not sure where he gets these projections and what type of analytics or algorithms he uses to get these type of percentages. But I feel more confident about the Detroit Red Wings than I do about the Columbus Blue Jackets, the New York Rangers, the New York Islanders, maybe even the Washington Capitals, who are high up there. I don't know. I think that's a very low rating. And look, I mean, I know you look at their roster and nothing screams like playoffs or championship, but I just look at the coach. Like the coach, since McClellan took over last year, they've been one of the best teams in the National Hockey League, and they followed that up into this season. Like they've banked a lot of early points. Now, Gibson hasn't been the solution for them in net, but Talbot's come in and provided them some quality starts. You hope that Gibson in a new spot. You remember, John Gibson, this is his first year not playing in Anaheim.
Yeah.
It might take an adjustment or just might take a little bit more time. And if he does find his A game, I don't know, like with how open this Atlantic Division is, I think Detroit is a team that we'll see make the playoffs this year.
Pretty crazy that like this is like his first winter, like real winter coming up in like forever, right?
Yeah. Does he even have snow tires?
Yeah,
Does
right.
he have
Like
winter boots?
walking around in flip flops. Yeah. All right. We keep moving, but Cirelli and Hagel, a good play. I think if you can get those two top line, I don't know. I don't think they'll be both PP1, but PP2 at plus 160, 150, I think is a fair price. Rangers, Boston. Where am I going for a point in this game that could be a game between two of the better goalies in hockey? Let's go Hampus Lindholm. That's on the blue line. Don't go Elias. I want Lindholm, a point plus 125. Rangers coming off a win over Carolina, so line should be good. Boston winning, no McAvoy, so Lindholm power play 1. 24 minutes a game. That's a lot. Boston, top 5 in penalties drawn. The Rangers, 27 power plays given up over the last 6 games. That's a lot. We move on. Colorado, Minnesota. Minnesota money line. Why do we fade Colorado here? Because it's just an awkward spot in the schedule coming off Thanksgiving, 10-game streak. You're on the road. You're playing the hottest goalie in all of hockey in Jesper Wallstedt, plus 150. I say when you back these plus money dogs at plus 150 or better, I'm always wanting that good goaltender. And Jesper Wallstedt is always one. Is there kind of a reset?
Look at the win they had in Chicago the other night. They had no business winning that game. And
0. And hey, we'll get to that because the refs absolutely keep screwing Connor Bedard, and I'm getting sick of it because it's costing me some money and tickets and stuff. But like it looks like a conspiracy of refs to be like, you pipe down, little boy. This is not your league. I don't care if you got that letter on your chest. Woo, we're hot today.
You're hot.
Yes, we're hot. But isn't it a little strange, like running a 10-game win streak, Carlo, and then having the holiday break and then getting back into it? Doesn't that kind of mess up with the juices and the flows that comes in the locker room?
It could. I mean, like, look, all good things come to an end. And, sometimes when you've hit this long of a streak, you're trusting on your identity to get you through games. Like when you're not your A game, you're bringing your B game, and you can win games with your B game. Maybe even if you're this good, you win games playing your C game. But it kind of feels like this is the game, Minnesota being on the road, everybody in the hotel yesterday, Colorado at home. Maybe they're gathered at somebody's house. And it's just, this kind of feels like the game that you talked about. The goaltender could create a problem for Colorado because look, Colorado's won convincingly most of their games, but this is a divisional matchup too, right? Central Division. So I like the value here you're getting with Minnesota.
They also got to play a very uncompetitive game versus San Jose before the break too. So I do like that. Right. Minnesota coming off a very competitive game. Nick Porto in the chat saying Bedard definitely showed up the refs at some point to be getting this treatment. 2-2 game, breakaway, slashed, no call.
Yeah.
And then they give him a abuse of officials penalty. There's Andy Francis asking the tough questions. Ask Carlo if road teams are at an advantage because they were together at the hotel opposed to the home team who slobbishly ate leftovers at home.
I would tend to say yes.
They're a little more organized, the away team.
Yeah, I think they are. I mean, less distractions, right? I mean, home is a busy time. You have family in town. You have kids around. So yeah, I think there is an advantage to home teams.
Nick and Chromeostasis saying Marcus Johansson point until the wheels fall off, plus 140, plus 120. I like it because that line, that Boldy, Eck, and Johansson line has been the better line, I think.
Okay, so I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to put all of your plays into a 15-leg parlay.
Well, yeah, keep the Minnesota money line off it.
Okay, so you just want me to do a point parlay. That Lindholm, is that the Elias Lindholm or is that Hampus Lindholm?
Hampus on the blue line.
Okay. All right. So you keep talking.
You just keep loading it up.
I'm listening.
You
I'm listening.
All right.
I'm just gonna follow.
And I didn't even get to my Brock Faber point at plus 160. Brock Faber playing 25 minutes a game, 4 straight with 3 goals and 3 assists. If you're betting a Bet99, Faber point plus Minnesota money line is plus 400, and that multiplier is better than anything else out there. Seeing like plus 220 up to like plus 350. So something to look at if you're at Bet99 for power or just points and money line parlays there. Timeout. Water. There's nothing in it, I don't think. All right, we move on. Vancouver, San Jose. Connor Garland here for a point at minus 120 is kind of silly. Great price here for a top 6 guy, power play 1. Vancouver playing absolute shootouts. San Jose has gone back to reverting to San Jose stuff. To you, Carlo, Garland, $6 million at 6 to 36 years old. That's his contract. He has a no trade clause this year. Then next year goes to full trade clause for 3 years. And then after that, years 4, 5, 6, it whittles down to 15 teams, no trade clause. You see Connor Garland getting traded for way too much this year?
I mean, I don't. Here's the thing with Vancouver. They said they want to sell off a lot of their older veteran guys. I don't look at Connor Garland, a guy they just re-signed, as an older veteran guy. Like, you still need good players to play for your team. But if a team comes knocking and offers a deal that's too good to pass up, then yeah, I can see him getting traded. I mean, Connor Garland's a guy that can play in most teams' top 6.
Yeah, right? I think he's wildly underrated. And I think if you're looking at like a 2-point parlay today, I think Besser and Garland somewhere in that 10-1 range is a great spot to start and find something with. Good to see Mikey Glove saves in the chat. Update. Said I was off the snacks. Last night's snack was dill pickle sunflower seeds. Woo.
Ooh, I freaking love those. Best flavor ever.
Oh, by far. And they're actually a really good snack, right? Like 50 grams goes a long way. Update, Mikey. We are running 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day eating lunch. Lunch consists of multigrain bread, 2 fried eggs, and maybe some salami, about 500 calories. Dinner, chicken breast, something else, another 500 to 600 calories.
Strict with this?
I'm trying to get into a routine.
Okay.
Trying to get into a routine. That's all. I'm a fat turd. I got to get rid of it, bud. Yeah. Calgary, Florida. Mackie Samoskevich. What a great name. What a great name. Best name in town. Point 115. Florida running top 3 lines evenly. So you got to go down the list. I was debating this or Evan Rodriguez for a point at plus 110. I kind of settled with Samo because he's on the Lundell Marchand line. I think that's the better line. But Calgary, even Dustin Wolf's playing terribly right now. I think Florida runs it up there too. Ottawa, St. Louis. Woo! Let's go. Pavel Buchnevich for a point, minus 105. One of the few sub-even money point pops we got going on today. Ottawa. Here's where Carlo's ears perk up. Coming back from Anaheim, San Jose, LA, and at Vegas. They're a slight minus 115 favorite. You're telling me that Ottawa, their last game before the day off, was a game in Vegas?
I guess, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. St. Louis loaded up their top lines. They reshuffled. They got a point. They fought back. They kind of gave up a lead because we were on the money line. But let's go versus that New Jersey team. The offense is kind of staggered. 2 or fewer goals in 6 straight. But like I said, they changed up the line. Kyrou, Buchnevich, Thomas, top line. Most minutes, 5-on-5. Kyrou. Is Kyrou going anywhere? $8 million a season. He signed at 20, 30, 31. I know there's talk in Toronto. I don't think there's any move there.
I don't see any connection to Toronto, but yeah.
No, it's just coaching.
I mean, they've healthied him this year. They was the topic of trade speculation in the offseason. So I guess if the right deal comes along, they'll look at it.
Yep. All right. Monkey Glove says, once you start feeling overly hungry and lethargic, it's time to add calories. I do enjoy. I know you cut out carbs straight, like no sugar, no nothing. I got to get a little in me, or else I'll be way too hungry. Buchnevich for a point, -105, top line power play, facing a team in Ottawa who was probably at the craps table on Thursday all day. Coming back, let's go Philly Islanders. Ooh, what happened to the Islanders? Let's go. But I do like Noah Cates for a point at +120. The Islanders offense has dried up like a date. I don't know. Are dates dry? I don't know. I don't eat that stuff. Dried up. To my surprise, 1 goal in 3 straight. 9-1 to the under. So the Islanders playing straight under games after playing some overs earlier. Philly power play split evenly. So you can get the second place guys at power play 2 prices. But it was the Konechny group, Konechny, Cates, and Forrester all correlate, that got the first shift. So they get the offensive zone face. Cates power play 1. Like I said, Konechny, Forrester line. Do you think the Islanders have a chance to finish 3rd in the Metro, where they kind of are?
I actually do.
Do you think they have a chance to finish 2nd?
I mean, anything's possible.
Carolina, Washington, Islanders. If that's your trifecta, that's where you'd go?
Yeah, I think anything's possible, especially with, like, what do we expect the Devils to do, right? I know they're unbeaten at home in regulation. I think everyone expects Carolina to be there. Washington's playing a lot better as of late. They've got 2 wins. I mean, the Islanders are a great story. Like, they've added a significant defenseman to that group, and they weren't your typical last place, first overall team last year. So their goaltending's been incredible. And I think it's possible for sure.
Ooh, Brady Tkachuk poised to return Friday. Thank you. Shout out in the chat to Hall Quit. Whatever. Sure.
Okay. I did it. Have you done the rapid fire Chris Berman style yet or no?
No, I mean, I just said Brady Tkachuk's back. I'm in the middle of the pack.
Okay. When you're done, I have the parlay. So
okay. Now I got to get back to it. But yes, Brady Tkachuk's back, so hold off on any Ottawa plays, Ottawa lines, see what that is. But I'm assuming it would be Stützle, Batherson, and Tkachuk on that top line. New Jersey, Buffalo. Buffalo just kills me with how inconsistent they are, but so is New Jersey. And we're going to go McLeod for a point at +130. The New Jersey power play swapped Luke Hughes and Dougie Hamilton last game, split them up on that power play 1, so be careful where you go there. Big minutes for Quinn, McLeod, and Zucker. Zucker's PP1, but Quinn and McLeod correlate to power play 2. Quinn led all Buffalo forwards in ice time in that 4-2 loss to Pittsburgh. Don't see 25 points between McLeod, who's the center on that line, and Quinn, who's +105. So we go McLeod. So if you're looking at the 2-point parlay, Quinn McLeod 20-1. That's another one as well. Kings, Anaheim, Beckett Seneca for a point. This is a tough one. He isn't on power play 1 right now. He's on power play 2, but he is playing with Leo Carlson and Cutter Gauthier. It was actually Troy Terry and Chris Kreider on power play 1, so maybe some value in the power play market there versus a Kings team, but this is a tough one. Hopefully Anaheim can keep momentum going and Beckett can run on that Calder shot. Montreal and Vegas. Speaking of sneaky Calders, who we haven't brought up at all, Braden Bowman. Point +145. Josh, did you say +145? Yes, I did. But Josh, didn't you have Bowman for a point last game at like -105? Yes, he's moved off power play 1. He's on power play 2. And somehow the books adjusted him 50 points. Get out of here. Top line, Eichel, Barbashev playing big minutes. Points in 5 straight, 7 points in his last 8. He's now 30-1 for the Calder. Moving on, Winnipeg, Carolina, Shane Gostisbehere, point. Even money. This is like my least favorite one, but I mean, dig it into Gostisbehere. He's playing big minutes, power play 1. 9 points in 8 games and points in 6 of those 8 games. Playing against a team without its best goalie and a bottom 10 team in expected goals against. Toronto, Washington, we're going Protas point, +115. Chikrin buried me again, had him for assist. Carlo, guess what he did?
Score 2 goals.
Yep. There he is. No Easton Cowan points. That's what I wanted here today, but that's fine. I'll go against Toronto. I think this tough line of Wilson and Sortif and Protas is going to be the tougher line that Toronto plays, and I don't think they can match up well. Points in 4 of his last 6, and without power play time, still playing 17 minutes. Pittsburgh at Columbus. This is an easy one. Kent Johnson was elevated to to line 1 with Fantilli and Voronkov. He's power play 1 as well. +110. Thank you. Easy, easy, easy. Utah, Dallas. Tyler Seguin for a point, -105 with Hintz. Robertson, most minutes of all the forwards, 3-2 win over Seattle. That line was 12 points. Have you seen this? Tyler Seguin has 12 points in his last 11 games and has pointed in 8 of those 11. Wow. He has 5 points in his last 3 games. Is Tyler Seguin one of the most underrated, highly skilled players that when you look back will probably fall in the careers of someone like Jeff Carter, Mike Richards, like those guys who have been great players, but just don't get talked about in the same vein as other great players.
Well, he got talked about early in his career, right? When he was the second overall pick and he was the Boston Bruins pick that should have been the Leafs pick, and then wins the Stanley Cup and then gets traded to Dallas and ends up signing that big ticket in Dallas. And then just, casually just hiding in the weeds in Dallas, right? And Dallas consistently has been pumping out a great team, a competitive team, a contending team every year. But they have guys that are better than him in that lineup. So he just finds his role as a third line player and has found a way to be really productive in that role. Not your top 6 productive, but pretty close to it.
Yeah, Chromo States is saying I'm playing Seguin 2 points. If you're looking to stack guys who play together like that, and there's 3 of them. So, for example, you could go Seguin for 2 points, Robertson for 2 points, and then just add Hintz on for 1 point. Because the probability of him touching that somewhere along the lines with the 2 points that those guys likely get does boost it significantly, right? Konechny Cates, 2 points. That's like plus 1,800. Add a Tyson Forrester point to that, plus 2,800.
Yeah.
It gets exciting. Nashville, Chicago. Let's go Levshinov for a point at plus 115. There is some uncertainty with Burakovsky. He did not play Wednesday. If he jumps in, it messes up the lines. Nashville's trash. But if you're listening to me, you know that the power play 2 in Nashville keeps getting more time than the power play 1, but isn't priced that way. It's not a fun offense to bet on.
Yeah.
So it can be a losing thing. And we probably get Spencer Knight after a night off because his third period play has been really struggling because Chicago's been great. Chicago's been shutting out teams over the first 20, 30 minutes and then letting leads go of late. And a lot of that's had to do with officiating. That's what I got. Those are my 16 best bets, 15 best points. What kind of number you got for that point parlay?
Okay, so 15 points. A $10 bet will get you
1.5 million.
Nah, half of that. $887,994.
Okay, so a couple things. Before you place bets like that, make sure you know the house rules of the sports books to know what they are willing to pay out because
the max payout.
Exactly. Which that should be it. Secondly, if you bet $10 to win that is whatever. It's the same as watching people go down to the corner store and being like, yeah, give me a scratch ticket. Give me this. I was talking to my corner store guy and getting information. I'm like, what's the percentage of people who come in here get lottery tickets? He's like, I don't know, 50. Okay. I'm like, what's the biggest ticket you've seen cashed here? He's like, just the other day, someone had a $1,000 one. I'm like, wow. He's like, yeah, but that's the biggest I've seen in 4 years.
Yeah. It's hard.
Scratch tickets are a scam.
Yeah, for sure they are.
A $10 15-point parlay on Thanksgiving is a better than 2 bingo cards.
Agreed.
And you're also crazy if you place a $10 bet and you have funds in your account, let's say that, and it says 800,000 payout and you don't go $1 more. Hold on. And you don't go $2 more to
get to the million?
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly.
Might as well.
All right.
This could be our lucky day.
Why not us?
We could crush the books today.
Why not
Friday? Black Friday
not
sales.
us?
Here we go.
Yeah. I'll be empty, account empty after the 12 o'clock game when I overbet. And we got football. And you like Philadelphia. Carlos thinking Philadelphia absolutely smashes them. I'm on Philadelphia team total under 25.5. Kyle Monangai over 9.5 carries and Kyle Monangai touchdown. Chicago wins outright today. You heard it here first. Sorry, Carlo.
Wow. Really?
What do you like about Philadelphia? Philadelphia is like 3 seconds away from turning on them. Did you see the AJ Brown comment about Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, I did.
They hate each other. Their offensive coordinator, who they promoted, stinks.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't. I know Chicago's 8-3, but they're the most fraudulent 8-3 team in the league. Like, I still don't. I can't buy into the Bears.
I can. Colson Loveland's getting better. Roma Dunes, like, they have so many threats, and now Kyle Monunga is becoming a better runner than DeAndre Swift. We saw it yesterday. Swift? Ben Johnson is I was shitting on Ben Johnson earlier in the year because I thought he would follow in the footsteps of all other Chicago Bear coaches. He's been fantastic, and we saw Dan Campbell call a terrible game. Dan Campbell was awful in the early game yesterday. No pace, no nothing, too many gimmick plays. Ben Johnson got that Chicago team fired up. It's going to be a tough spot, obviously, where it is, but let's go Bears, bud.
Okay. Sure.
All right. That's it. That's a fast pace. I don't ever want to do a 15-game slate again. I'm tired of 15-game slate. Tired of getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning to go over all the games and waking up my kids where they're like,
"Oh, you did a great job, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Great
guys, get up. You're going to be late for school. Dad, we don't have school today."
I know.
Yes, I forgot.
I know.
Lucky. All right. Great day ahead. Hockey at 12, hockey at 1, hockey at 4, NFL at 3. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. If you don't get those early games, I got favorite bets that you can play as singles all down the slate. I'll post them in the comments. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Have a great holiday. We'll be back here Wednesday. Keep on pumping. Lead us out, pal.
Good luck, pumpers. Enjoy your weekend. Ciao.
Scatman, yo,